Hey guys, just a quick update progress video for the year so far. I think I said end of last year that I was going to go for about 75 grams this year, and looks like I'm at roughly half an ounce or so at the moment, so still looking pretty solid for 2 or 3 ounces this year. Had quite a nice pickup from the local recycling center today. So usually when I go there, you end up getting a couple of laptops and a desktop or something like that, which is nice, nothing wrong with getting a bit of stuff through. But showed up today, and the girl there said, she thinks she saw a box full of old boards somewhere that they've put in the scrap metal pile. So I went for a quick hunt and found a few of these, which are quite nice. I'll show you those in a sec, but no idea what these are out of. And I don't know, maybe some of you will recognize this. I think the boards are probably late 80s, because they're like most of these ones are all plastic ICs, unfortunately, and then they've got these cool, I don't know, some kind of keyboard interface here, which is pretty cool. There is a boot button and an error button. IO, select, wait, run. No idea what this actually was out of, but pretty nice 80s boards. I've always had really good luck with the fingers from the 80s boards. They always seem to yield better than the usual 4 grams per kilo. So I'll quickly run through these. Nothing else too special. I think these are just some serial parallel cards. Nothing special there. These are getting a little bit better, so they've got a couple of ceramics on at least. So these will be probably be EPROMs or something like that. Underneath there, but most of the rest of this is plastic, so I'll pretty much trim the fingers, pull the ceramics, and the rest will go as kind of low-grade boards. The same here. Pretty much everything that you see that's socketed for some reason are ceramics, whereas the ones that are soldered in are plastic. This is all plastic, I think. So this is a smaller version, but yeah, pretty much the same kind of stuff. This looks like memory, but unfortunately these are all plastic on that one. Plastic, 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 plastic. Yes, looks to be mostly plastic. You'll see, kind of look at them face on, and then I kind of look at them on an angle. And usually, if they're ceramic, you can see that easier if you look at an angle. I'll show you here if we've got any ceramics. Nope, this looks to be all plastic as well. I know some of these bottom ones had some ceramic on. This looks like it's part of some kind of different system, but it has a bunch of ceramics. And what I was saying is, if you look at these ones here, for instance, you'll see they've got like a white glue layer in between the 2 bits of ceramic, so they're really easy to pick up. And as you can see, I've already popped one open just to see, and you can see they're nice gold braze. So yeah, they're nice board, nothing wrong with that. Same thing with these, so pretty much all of those there are ceramic, and I think I actually, I was going to say I pulled that one out and broke it open quickly just to have a look, and you'll see also nice gold braze there. This is really the best of the bunch. So this is obviously the memory board, because you can see rows and rows and rows, and luckily this one is ceramic, and you'll see I just broke the corner one open there, and you can see a nice gold braze ceramic. So yeah, this is a really nice find. I'm not sure how much that's going to weigh, but out of this you might get a fifth of a gram or a third of a gram or something like that. I think from memory these things will return about 1 gram per kilo. So yeah, pretty good. Another ceramic there, and obviously good fingers. Like you can see, you've got the nice fingers where you've got the big blocks kind of all joined up. And then obviously these boards also in the same box had some of this, which is quite cool. So this is wire wrap. I'm not sure what you want to call those sockets, but it's obvious. So there's 2 of these, and they would have been kind of placed side by side, and it looks like those fingers would have gone into these. And the nice thing I always love with these ones is once you pull the wire wrap off, which is not too hard, and you just put them in a vise and give them a little tap of a hammer, the pins come right out, and you end up with basically fully plated. So wire wrap, I've always had good luck as well with yields. Basically wire wrap is old enough that it's usually pretty good. So you get these fairly big pins that are fully plated, and they're very easy to remove. biggest pain really is removing the wire wrap, but I found just a side cutter and a flicking motion, you can usually just pull the whole wire wrap spool off. And then obviously a lot of the wire wrap wire, which I haven't checked here, but a lot of this wire wrap wire is silver plated, but on the, to be honest, silver plating is pretty valueless, so yeah, I don't bother with anything like that. Get the gold, forget about the rest. So let me quickly show you the other lucky find that I had this week, or lucky pickup really, and then we'll get into it today. Okay, so the second batch of stuff here, as you can see, is actually much more interesting. So this stuff has come from an acquaintance who is also fairly interested in the gold recovery side of things, but he's never really gotten into actually doing it. And I think what happened is eventually he just got tired of kind of hoarding this kind of stuff in his house, and so he's given me a call a little while ago, and yeah, we had a little bit of a chat, but I ended up picking up this stuff from him. So I'll show you guys kind of what's in here, because there's some really nice stuff. So we'll just start with the easy stuff. Sorry, I'm going to have to go handheld here because it's kind of too much stuff to deal with on the tripod. But you'll see here, just like I showed you before, just a whole box, a ton of these wire wrap gold plated, so fully gold plated pins, wire wrapped together in these kind of connection backplane snakes, and there are a ton of them here. And so I've already tried on some of these. I'll show you on a box further down. There are some of these that don't have any wire wrap on them, and you can see how easy it is to get the pins out of these. So yeah, quite a nice thing to get. If we see if I can get rid of these actively. Oops, out of the way. Okay, so here we have kind of a similar thing, although this is not quite as useful to me, because this is obviously post wire wrap, and they've actually soldered the backplanes in, so I probably won't bother much with processing of those. But you'll see on this side there are just a ton of these kind of loose connectors, and quite a lot of them have no wire wrap at all on them, so they are trivially easy. Just hold them in a vise, small tap on the back with a hammer, and they just pop out the other side. So it shouldn't take very long to process or to get quite a lot of those pins. And I've got high hopes for these fully plated wire wrap pins. I think they'll actually do pretty well. So that's pretty good. If we look over on this side, we'll leave these little two things of pins to the side for now. We'll talk about those in a minute. But yeah, so just a few little aeronautics type stuff like this. I think this has come out of old planes or something like that, based on kind of what it looks like. But some really nice, extremely high quality switches. These things here are fantastic. It's not obvious, but they don't actually switch. You have to pull them out. Oops, see if I can do this left-handed. Pull them out, and then they'll switch. So they actually have a little locking system down the bottom where you pull them out and they switch. So won't be doing anything with those other than taking them out and keeping them in my switch bin, because they're just too nice to bother with. There's some bits of junk there that kind of got rid of. This box here is pretty much full of fairly modern motherboards and some networking equipment and stuff like that. So not a lot there to get excited about. It's pretty much just happy to take it away for them, but they don't have that much value to me. Let's try and get that out of the way. Oops. Okay, so he also gave me this brick breaker. So what he was actually doing in terms of getting those pins separated is he was splitting them apart with this kind of brick cutting tool, and then breaking the pins out. And had a go at that, but it's my way of putting them in the vise and just kind of hammering on the back of them for a little bit is much easier. So yeah, heaps more of those things. Definitely going to do a test on those, because there's so many of them that I kind of have to. Down there, a bit more of that. Lots of these high density connectors. Once again, looks like wire wrap, fully plated, so quite nice stuff. I'm not usually much of a pin guy. I tend to be more bond wires, but when there's this much of it and it's so good, it's definitely worth looking at. Loads of these. Once again, they're like a not sure how many weigh, but probably about a 50 weight or something like that, D-type connector, but also wire wrap and also fully plated. And there are a ton of them, but I think all the ones that are left now have significant amounts of wire wrap on them, which have to be removed. The ones that are in here basically come from those, and they were the ones that could come out without having to remove any of the wire wrap. So he's got a little bit of them there, and yeah, so there's still plenty there to look at. I really need to get the kids on to kind of teach them how to remove that wire wrap, so I can get some child labor disassembling those for me. And then the last box here, which is probably the most exciting box, has some of the older stuff. So there's some networking stuff, and obviously a lot of things that have fingers in here, some older motherboards. Not a lot of value in those. I'll probably end up just having to get rid of them. A little bit of stuff like this that's obviously kind of looks like almost a hand layout, so that'll be pretty old. And there's a few ceramics on this one, but you're not going to get super excited. But if you dig into this a little bit, not going to complain. This is really nice stuff. So some of the stuff that he had collected is actually pretty nice. I'll show you guys down here. So we've got some just regular junk CPUs, which don't have that much value. Got some RAM modules, which always nice to get. These are like Pentium 2 processors and stuff like that. Yeah. Some more RAM modules there, very nice to get, nothing wrong with that. Some PCMCIA cards. Quite a few, probably, how many have we got here? 2, 4, 6, 7 or so ceramic processors. Looks like mostly Intel Pentium and 486 processors. So very nice to get. That'll go straight into my my collection box. And I think he's also obviously disassembled quite a lot of hard drives and stuff, because there's quite a lot of hard drive boards in here. Yeah, so quite a nice pickup. Quite a nice pickup. So basically the question then is payment for all of this, and the payment that the guy wants is these 2 containers of pins that he has separated out. He would like me to process using a sulfuric cell or whatever I like, really, but he just wants to get some kind of idea of how, what the weight of those is and how much gold is in there. And I think the reason behind that is that he can probably get hold of quite a lot more of this kind of stuff, and it was actually worth just bribing me with this stuff to process those to see how much gold is actually in them. So that's going to be my afternoon, is just set up the sulfuric cell quickly, process those, and yeah, basically tell him how much is in there.